Hi Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Reading from the Heart. I hope you guys can see me properly, man. I think I've got the camera a little bit too up. I should have really brought it a little bit down, but never mind, it doesn't matter. Because I'm not going to be on the screen for long. I've decided to do the reading slightly different from now on. I'll come on screen, I'm going to say hello, just so you guys know that I'm here. Not that you probably even care, you just want to get your reading, you selfish bastards. I'm just joking, guys, I'm joking, okay? No, you know, it's important for me to show these cards, it just is, and I love showing, but it's difficult, because before I did it where you guys saw me, and I did the little inset box, and then people were like, we don't like that, and so I just thought, you know what, they don't like it, okay, Alright, Carol, you just go on screen, but then I just think, oh man, they're missing out on seeing how I do the cards and stuff, so really I just come on, say hi, deal the cards, and then we put down the camera to the cards, alright? So it's just so funny if you guys that might want to purchase a reading at some point, you see what I look like and that I'm not some little huckster. Okay, so yeah. Right, so we're going to see what's coming in for Pisces, Sun and Rising signs for the month of July 2017. Universe Spirit, what could some of the Pisces, Sun and Rising signs be dealing with for the month of July 2017. That Five of Swords just turned over, but I never take them out when they turn over. If they come up again, they've got a very prominent meaning. Show me Pisces, Sun and Rising signs. Pisces, Sun and Rising signs. What's coming in for Pisces, Sun and Rising signs in the month of July 2017? Show me what's coming in for Pisces, Sun and Rising signs. Pisces, Sun and Rising signs. Pisces, Sun and Rising signs for the month of July 2017. Show me. Right, so this is my Celtic cross with clarifiers, guys. We're going to split the deck into three. Now, I forgot to mention you've got a secondary reading coming up. It's called The Story of Your Life at the moment. It's a triple cross, my triple cross. I learned the triple cross from, but I didn't learn it from the Witch's Tarot. I think I learned it from another reader on YouTube that used to do it. She was awesome. I don't know where she is. I wish she'd come back because I had a private reading with her once. And she's such a lovely lady. I don't know where she is. Really. Evening Star, I think it is. She's awesome. She's just an awesome reader. I don't know where that lady's gone, but I really love her. I went for a couple of private readings with her about a year before, and she was spot on both times and just an awesome reader, so I don't know where the lady's gone. I think she was ill. Evening Star, if you're watching this, you're probably not, because I am not worthy. You're so good. I love you to pieces, but you know what? I love you, and I don't know whether you're watching or not, babe, but I really hope that you get better, because I know that you're ill. And I love your readings, I love you, and I'm a really, really big fan. So my triple cross is slightly different. I learned the basics from her when she was doing it on her channel. And also I have a book called The Witch's Tarot where they've got something called a Gypsy Tarot, Gypsy triple cross as well. But I adapt the triple cross to the way that I do it. So instead of I look at the layers, the various layers of the cards, but also what I tend to do is I will then look at, when all the layers are put together on that triple cross, what I'll then do is look at the three cards together to form a story. So therefore the story will be formed throughout, so it gives us a bit of a deep layer. And I've been doing these readings for ages with a lot of success on their website. So yeah, that's coming up for you guys as well. You just see the cards on that one. So yeah, this is your reading for the month of July. We've shuffled the cards. I'm just going to lay them out here for you guys. And then I'm going to home down on the screen, Pisces. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to home down on the cards now, darlings. Toodle pip, and let's get to your reading. Okay, so here's your reading, and we're going to get the clarifiers in as well as we go along. I'm sorry if it's a little bit wonky. Hopefully it's not too wonky on the table. Doing it via the camera, and sometimes it's a bit wonky, man. So, yeah, this is the reading for the month of July for the zodiac sign of Pisces. Sun, Moon and Rising signs. So, we've got Six of Cups showing here, and this is you guys here, and you know it's cups, it's you, it's Pisces. So this is in the you now position, Pisces. Usually the you now position is how the person is dealing with the situation, what's the angle that they're coming from, maybe what is the situation, because this can also double as the external situation as well. But the Six of Cups is all about it's not always about the past. It's not. No way. No way. All right. Never ever think that these cards are simply one way, because you'll be doing yourself out of the service and you'll be a shit reader. Okay. You can't look at the cards in one way, Pisces. If you do, then start all over again, because if you're going to attribute one thing to the cards and you can't look at all other angles, then that's not good. This is also the present card as well. It's also family matters, children, but not just children. Just because it's a children card, it doesn't always mean children. Whenever I've seen this card show up for me, as I always say to all of the signs, if you guys want to go in for reading tarot, try it. Seriously, it's so much fun. So much fun. If you like investigation shit, if you like to be a bit of a spy, a bit of a Sherlock Holmes, bullshit like that, tarot's a really good way. Excuse me. That's how I started reading tarot in 2014 as well. I was in a job and it didn't work out back then as well in 2014. And I loved that job because I was working in something called student services, helping students and phoning around different departments. And then I had a couple of bastards that I had to deal with in the job, and then I left and I missed that real investigation side, and that's how I started out with tarot as well, because I really wanted to learn something that I could do a lot of kind of, you know, investigation work like a spy. It's great for that. So whenever this card showed up, every day I usually do, how's my day going to go, reading, and I choose 2 to 3 cards and I form a sentence from those cards. This card with the Ace of Pentacles showing up every day every time without fail, my family are calling me and they're saying, do you want to come over? They're making me a dead set offer with that Ace of Pentacles, and that's the family. I've got a twin sister who I'm extraordinarily close to. My twinnie, this is my twin here, and this is me. Because she looks after me. I love her dearly. So this is my twinnie twos here, and that's me. Okay, so she's always saying, do you want to come over for dinner, Kaz? Or do you want us to come over and stay the night and we can paint our nails and have a laugh and we can go into town and do some shopping? And I just love her so much. She's my darling twinnie twos. Anyway, sorry. Twinnie twos you've probably never heard of. It's my twin sister's pet name. I give my twin sister a pet name, Twinnie Twos. I don't call her by her real name. I call her just Twin. If she can't, hi Twin, how you doing? Anyway, yeah, this is my Twinnie Twos sometimes calling. So sometimes it's about family, and family that you're very much close to. But the problem is, you guys, I think that you know, this is either a situation that's to do with the past, because yes, 6 of Cups is to do with past situation. If you get 6 of Cups in the Tower, sometimes it's a break with a past situation. If you get 6 of Cups and the Judgment card, it means it's a return to a past situation. So it can be somebody literally, honestly, Judgment is a very important card, especially when it shows up with something like 6 of Cups, because if you're waiting for someone to come up, more than likely you're going to have that happen. Judgment is things from the past coming back, okay? But 6 of Cups is strong. Usually it's either past situations, but also I read them as very strong situations. People that you have a very strong, loving bond with. However, it's feeding through to the Hanged Man here. So this is, you know, I don't think you guys want to be in this situation, because there's a bond between you and somebody else showing here. Alright, it might also be that there's something around children. 6 of Cups is a children card. It's about children, need to take care of children. But I think that there is either a family situation or there is a situation where you're very close to someone for some of you Pisces people. And I feel it's feeding through to the present being the Hanged Man. Now, it seems to me that you guys, you may have needed to, I'm not sure whether the Hanged Man is a Pisces card. It might be. I'm not sure. It might be. I think that you're needing to pause and reflect on a situation because there's been some form of conflict here. 5 of Wands shows conflicting energy here. And it needs to be resolved because you've got the Judgment energy here showing up. Judgment, you says, well, we need a judgment on this. All right. So it could be that there is, you know, a family situation. It looks to me that the root issue is there's some form of an argument or disagreement going on with this. A judgment needs to be on this, okay, because I feel that the challenge is the Page of Cups. The challenge might be with the Page of Cups. It might be that there is a child involved, Pisces. It might also be something of an apology, because any cards you get Cups being held out, not Pentacles, more than likely Cups. Pentacles it can be as well. But Pentacles I usually see as help. So Knight of Pentacles often shows somebody, you're either paying out money or you're receiving money or some form of help, or the money is just simply stagnant. Okay, Ace of Pentacles is usually receiving money or paying out money, whether it's in the upright or reverse. Often I see that card. But you get cards like Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. They're cards that are usually offering something to you. This can be an apology. It might be that there is a fellow water sign that is a problem as well here. But there's a judgment that needs to be made on a problem here, okay? It could be going in your favour, though, because the best case scenario right now is justice. This is either where something's going to go in your favour, I feel, with that Justice card, or it's where a big, big decision needs to be made over this. Okay? I think there is a family situation going on with you guys here. showing up with this Six of Cups energy. All right. It seems to be a bit of a tussle. There's some form of conflicting energy with the Five of Wands, arguments, you know, stressful situation with the Five of Wands. It needs resolution. We've got Judgment showing here. Challenge could be over a child, for example. You could be arguing over children, for example. Maybe there's something to do with law courts or something like that. It could be that there is the challenges of making an apology. It could be you making an apology, because this is Page of Cups. It can be a Pisces card. Which is why in the centre of the reading, some of you guys might be taking a break on this Hanged Man. It could be that somebody has yet to come to you with some form of an apology as well. Because it might be, often when you get Page of Cups, this is a messenger card. So the challenge might be having a message come through with the Page of Cups energy. And when you get Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, sometimes it says that messages take longer to arrive. So Page of Pentacles, you usually show somebody who's cautious before sending a message. Page of Pentacles would say, well, the message is coming, it's just taking a bit of time. Somebody's being a bit, dragging their feet a bit. So it might be that somebody's dragging their feet, which is why there's a hold up here. The focus of the month is the Hanged Man. This could also be somebody who's kind of, there's a lack of urgency with this person as well. Because if you were to think about the Hanged Man as a separate entity, usually we read the Hanged Man in terms of being a situation where something is left in suspense, it's on hold, the need to adjust, sit back, relook at a situation. We tend to see the Hanged Man in terms of all of those kind of key words. But the Hanged Man, all of the cards really can show people, all of them. All of them show people, not just circumstances. Just because you got a Two of Swords, it doesn't mean that this is just a circumstance. This can literally be somebody here. Alright, it can literally show that somebody's got an ego, for example, with the Two of Swords. They're very self-focused, for example. It can show here that somebody's playing funny buggers. They're hiding something from you. Ten of Wands. The Hanged Man can easily show somebody who's not too relaxed about something. It might be that there's a relationship here. The root issue of that relationship might be the Five of Wands. Conflict going on within the relationship. Okay, which is feeding through to, it's telling us in the present that because there's conflict here, the reason, the situation you're facing in the month of July 2017, Pisces, it might be with the Hanged Man that somebody isn't ready to resolve this. Maybe this conflict needs resolution here, but maybe the challenge is you're waiting for something. Communication, good communication. Page of Cups usually shows good communication to come, which is why your focus is the Hanged Man. Maybe this is the person that you're waiting for. This can easily show somebody who's not ready to make a move on something. The best case scenario for you guys will be the Justice card. So you should receive justice. The best case scenario right now is either that you're going to receive what you want, because the Justice card means rewards, or it could be that a big decision needs to be made. Sometimes this is a legal card. Some of you guys could experience, Pisces, the Ten of Wands, further on down the line in July, which could mean that you're struggling with something here. Ten of Wands means many burdens that somebody is carrying, in which your hopes are really with this Two of Swords, probably just to block this out, just to ignore it, just to say, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to look at protecting myself, I'm going to start being very self-focused. Because if you look at the differences between the cards in a way, Pisces, you look at this Ten of Wands and this person's carrying everything. I mean, they're carrying all of this shit. So if there's somebody around you that's not helping you, I think some of you guys, it might be somebody that's not helping you as well. Hanged Man looks like a right lazy bastard to me. This person looks like they sit on the couch, they drink beer, they watch TV, they don't help. Maybe that's where the conflict is that needs judgment. It might be that needs a judgment made on it, needs some form of clarification. It could be that maybe there's a child here involved. Maybe this person isn't pulling their weight, okay? Yeah, you might receive justice, but in the meantime, you've just got to kind of carry on, you know. Could be that there is a bond here with someone here, but there's conflict within that bond. Maybe that person's lazy. Maybe this conflict here needs to be resolved. It could be by this person offering an apology, helping, whatever the case might be. You could receive justice, but you're going to have to carry the load a little bit longer going on down into July, Pisces. And you might not like that, because that Two of Swords is kind of like, you know, fuck this. Why am I carrying this load? Actually, I'm going to start looking after number one. Two of Swords can definitely be a card where you're looking after number one. What you're looking at is the facts. You might be Ten of Wands, because, you know, for me with the tarot, there are two things with the tarot. One of them, the things that I look at within tarot is what explains is the emotion. So the emotion and the passion. Wands and cups are very interlinked for me. Considering that they are kind of polar opposite. If you put water onto fire, it doubts it. But yet they work together in terms of the human emotion. Now, swords and pentacles work together in terms of the swords being very kind of analytical about a situation, not being so emotionally involved or passionately involved, and the pentacles simply just looking at the results of a situation. So sometimes through logic we can get further in terms of situations, okay? And sometimes through love, you know, it can kind of help when it comes to a very kind of passionate or driven. Love can drive you. So cups can drive you with fire, I feel. Yeah, your emotions can drive you with that fire energy. If you're passionate about something, love can drive you if you're passionate with a wand. The same as logic can drive you if you want to get results. So logic is a really good thing to have sometimes if you want to get results, and you have to be a bit selfish. And I think that you guys with the logic are being a bit selfish here, and you're saying, you know what, actually, I'm going to put myself first. Because what I'm doing here is I'm putting a lot of effort and a lot of hard work into pushing for something here. But I feel for some of you Pisces, you're kind of saying with this Two of Swords, you know what, actually, this lazy bastard's not doing anything. This person's not making an effort. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm pushing all the way with this shit here. Actually, fuck this. I think I'll just put myself first. I do feel that some of you guys are going to be putting yourself first in the month of July 2017. Because I think for some of you Pisces, you've had enough of waiting on somebody to do something or to change something or to, you know, offer something up. And I think that, you know, maybe the best case scenario with Justice is that you put yourself first. They are both, you know, sword air energy. And we do have justice where the best case scenario could be not just that we receive our justice when we come to a point where we're enabling ourselves to make decisions. And I feel that you make a decision here. The best case scenario, I feel, is you take on this energy of Libra and you say, actually, I'm going to make a fair and rational decision here. And that decision will be what's coming in. I'll put myself first. So I feel for some of you Pisces, you're going to be putting yourself first. Your hopes will be as a result of this, I feel, to affect some great changes with this Wheel of Fortune. It might put a rocket up somebody's ass. It might simply be, you know what, actually, if I put myself first, then who knows what can change within my life. Because I just feel that, you know, in July, it's almost like you've taken a step back and you said, you know, there's conflict here and this needs to be judged. This needs some form of an assessment made on it with this Judgment card. Because I've been waiting for something here with this Page of Cups. My challenge is the Page of Cups. It could be an immature person. It could be the challenges you're dealing with children. It could be the challenges you're dealing with, waiting for someone to make an offer or come in with some form of message of hope. But this is why in the present your focus is on the Hanged Man. And this could easily be the person who's holding back here. Because of the conflict, because of this. You know, they might be conflict, for example, over this. Okay? You're struggling along, you're still pushing something along here, I feel, Pisces, in the month of July 2017. But I think you have enough. You're right at the end of that line with the Ten of Wands. You know, and we don't get it going up to a card that says, you know, woohoo, Ten of Cups or victory, for example. You know, you're pushing through and you've got victory coming in. It says I'm pushing through, but I'm at the end of my line. So with the Two of Swords, fuck this, I put myself first and I'm going to put down all of those wands. And I feel that in the outcome, what we've got is Temperance. You decide to, I think, take a different tact. Because Temperance card, we can always read it in its general meaning as being the card that says peace. I don't always read Temperance like that. It can be where you are achieving peace within the self. Absolutely. But also I feel that because you are deciding to put down these wands here, this Ten of Wands is the immediate, you know, the weeks going by in July and you seem to be pushing towards something, but it's getting you nowhere because it follows up by you experiencing the Two of Swords. Now, could also be that you're pushing towards someone, Pisces, but they don't want to know. If this is an air sign, they might be saying, you know what, I'm ignoring all of your efforts here. Alright, maybe some of you guys make a big decision, what's coming in, you're still pushing through, you decide that you're still going to be pushing through, but you know what, this person doesn't want to know, especially maybe if it's an air sign person we're looking at here, in which the overall outcome is the Temperance card. Possibly just needing to go with the flow. It could work two ways. We'll go through the reading again in two ways and then we're going to get the clarifiers out, which might open up the reading. We're going to open up the reading and see how this kind of embellishes it. You guys, I feel that in the you now position we have Six of Cups. Might be something from the past. I don't think it's the past. I think it's something in the present that you're dealing with. I think it's a bond. I think it's a relationship, a very close relationship some of you guys might be dealing with in the present in July. But I think that there's problems with that relationship because the root issue is the Five of Wands. And Five of Wands is conflict and arguments and disagreements and difficulties that need to be resolved with this Judgment card. Your challenge is the Page of Cups. It could either be that somebody's too selfish. It could mean that somebody is not mature enough to deal with the situation. Page of Cups often shows for dreamers. So it could be somebody who's the same sign as you. It could be a fellow water sign. It could simply be somebody who's not mature enough to take something off. In which what you're dealing with is somebody who procrastinates. Somebody who doesn't, you know, do what they say or move forward. Perhaps they're too childish with this Page of Cups energy. The best case scenario is to make a big decision with the Justice card, because I don't see this as justice coming to you guys as yet. So therefore I'll read it as maybe you guys having to make a big decision, in which what you'll find is you'll probably decide to give something one last push here. I feel that you'll decide to let go of this. What you'll experience is the Two of Swords. Now, if you guys are putting one last push into a situation, it could be that this person blocks you out. They're not particularly showing any interest, especially if they're not contacting you, for example, here. Maybe the focus of the month is waiting on someone to contact this Hanged Man. Maybe they're not contacting you. Maybe one last push, you make a decision, one last push here, in which they're still not doing it. So therefore the outcome could be with the Temperance card. Well, just going to have to go with the flow. For some of you guys, it will be one last push, but I feel that the influence coming in to be in the Two of Swords, you might say, fuck this, I'm dropping this thing and I'm going to focus on myself. Whereas I feel the outcome is feeling a lot better about yourself, making some adjustments within your own life, potentially. Let's get some clarifiers going with this reading, Pisces. Let's see why we've got this. So remember, this might change the reading altogether. That was the first level that I was looking at. Let's have a look at what the second level is. Let's get it while we get this Six of Cups coming up in the U now. Well, I think that you've got a bond with a Fool, somebody who lacks commitment. Okay, could be new. Could be that this is the Six of Cups. It could be a relationship, and it could be because of the Fool. Maybe this is a new relationship. Fools often show new opportunities, but it could also be that the Six of Cups, you might have a a strong emotional bond for some of you guys. But also remember that if this is a bond, or you feel that you've got a bond, Six of Cups is naivety and it's childish bond. Okay, something that's not really been 100% explored yet, not unless you feel it's a soulmate thing. But it could be that you've got this relationship maybe for some of you guys. It could be with a Fool, somebody who lacks commitment, which is why we've got the Five of Wands as the root issue. We'll see why the Five of Wands is the root issue for you guys. I think because the Seven of Cups, it might be that you've got squabbles. Maybe this person, but the Seven of Cups could be you because you're Pisces. But I don't always do my readings like that, where because a particular card, it represents the sign I'm reading for, it's got to be them. It doesn't have to at all. It could be because you've got, it could be one of two things, I feel. I feel that for some of you guys, it might be that you're in a relationship. It could be with a Fool, somebody who lacks commitment. It could be that you're in a relationship, or you feel the kind of like a soulmate type of connection with someone who's a Fool. Or you might feel a connection, but it's too early because this is new for some of you guys. The root issue is, it seems to be that there might be some conflicts going on. It could be because of the Seven of Cups. Is this person tempted? So the Seven of Cups can often refers to when somebody is tempted by someone or something. All right. It could be that there is conflict because if you look at this cup here, look at the Seven of Cups, Pisces, and look, what do you see? I noticed that with the Seven of Cups, we've got 7 cups. Now, 6 of those cups are just plain awful. They've got terrible things in them. One's got a ghost face on it. One's got a monster crawling out of it. One's got a ghost. One's got a funny head on it. One's got a mountain. One's got a snake. But one card is perfect. So it might be that you're frustrated. 5 of Wands, there might be arguments. Or it might be that, there's problems here because you might have thought somebody was perfection. 7 of Cups represents for me perfection because this person look at where his head is directed. Amongst all of those 6 cups, he's looking at the 1 cup here, and this is his idea of perfection. So it could be for some of you guys, looking at it the other way, that relationship with a Fool. Okay, so you've got this loving, or what you considered is. It might also be that you're in a bubble of love with this 6 of Cups. Sometimes this is a bubble of love card. Okay, it's where you're in those flushes of kind of childish type of love. Could be with a Fool. Could be that this is a new relationship maybe that came in. The root issue is there might be some conflicts, possibly because this person's looking at other options. Could be that there's conflicts because you felt that this person was perfection with the Seven of Cups. But the Seven of Cups in terms of perfection, for me, this is like going into a shop and seeing the perfect dress. All right, so it's like window shopping with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, we can often look at a word as window shopping. So it could be that there's conflicts because really what you're doing is you're looking at this person like you're looking in a shop window and you're saying, oh, that person, that guy or that dress or whatever, it's so perfect. It's so this, so that. But you don't really know it. And it's only when you get to know this person that you find out that there is no perfection with that individual. It's just like when you buy a dress, as I've said, the window shopping analogy, you know, and you buy the dress and you're like, oh, I'm so in love with it. And you get it home and it's got a great big gaping hole in it. You know, it loses its value. What do you tend to do? You tend to send it back to the shop. But if you've lost your receipt, it will go to the back of the wall. You either try and get an exchange on it. If you can't get an exchange on the dress, you'll put it to the back of the wardrobe. So things that aren't perfect lose their value to us. And this might be the conflict. This might be where somebody has lost their value. And there needs to be a judgment made on this. Let's have a look why there needs to be a judgment made on this for you guys. Because of the Three of Cups. Could be because there's a third party situation going on here. Especially if there's conflict over somebody who's kind of window shopping. So it might be this guy or this girl, whoever it is. It might be that the external factors show that you're kind of in something here. Could be with somebody. I think this is either someone new or maybe this is someone who lacks commitment here. The root issue is there might be conflict going on. Could be because this person's often window shopping and a judgment might need to be made because there could be a third party situation. There could be additional people around as well with that Three of Cups. The challenge is the Page of Cups showing up here. Let's have a look at why the challenge is the Page of Cups showing up here. Because of the Ace of Pentacles. So it might be that you guys, the challenge is a message. Maybe this, you know, this person's saying to you, you know, do you want to go out? Do you want to do something? And they're not coming forward with it. All right. So it might be that getting a message because this person already made you an offer. Ace of Pentacles shows an offer, a firm offer that's made. So it could be the challenges for the month of July. Well, where's my phone call when you said that you wanted to go out or you wanted to do something? You made a firm offer that you wanted us to do something. So I feel that this is, the Page of Cups is more them and their immature behaviour potentially for some of you guys. Possibly because they promised to do something with you. Page of Pentacles for me is also a promise card. They promised to do something with you and they didn't kind of come through with it, which is why the focus for the month is the Hanged Man. And let's have a look at why the focus for the month is the Hanged Man for you guys. Pisces. Wow, because of the Four of Swords. So I feel that the focus for the month is this Hanged Man. I think this is the person here that's doing it. I think for some of you guys, the focus for the month is somebody who's kind of a little bit too laxed. There's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of real interest from this person, possibly with the Four of Swords, because they've taken a break. They haven't contacted you. There's a, you know, there's a sense of no real spontaneity with them. They might promise something and they might not see it through with this Four of Swords. Both cards, if you look at the synergy between the Hanged Man and the Four of Swords, both cards represent somebody who's not doing anything, passive. Both cards represent passive energy. So I feel the focus for the month is somebody who's being quite passive. All right, and it could be because there's conflict. The root issue is conflict because they might be window shopping for other stuff, in which a judgment needs to be made either over other people, or it could be that there's a third party situation going on here. Because your challenge is this person with the Page of Cups being the challenge, they might not be contacting you. And it could be because of the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe they've been made another offer. Maybe they're not contacting you when they made you an offer, a permanent offer to take you out or do something like that, Pisces. The best case scenario within July so far, the first kind of couple of weeks, the best case scenario is Justice and... Well, you'll have Justice, Pisces. Now, Pisces, this is difficult because the Pisces can be the King of Cups as well because it's water. So it could be that, you know, you'll have justice with somebody else potentially. However, it's a fellow water sign. It might mean you need to make a big decision over this individual here. Or maybe you need to make a big decision that's going to make you feel better with this King of Cups. Could be that, you know, the best case scenario is to make a big decision because you need your emotional sanity with that King of Cups energy showing here. The next few weeks of July, towards the end of July, we've got this Eight of Wands. And let's have a look at this factor us in because of the Star. Let me just think about that. So the immediate future shows the Ten of Wands because of the Star. Some of you guys might still be struggling forward. You might still be pushing forward with this situation. Maybe with the Star card because you still feel some hope here. Also, the Star card means things that are far away and out of reach. So it might be that you're still pushing forward because this thing is out of reach. So this is something you still might be trying to go for here with this individual, potentially. Could also be that you're still struggling with this individual. Maybe there is a Star. Could be an Aquarius individual showing up here. Okay, maybe this person is connected with this and this, window shopping and other people, potentially. What you'll experience coming in, Pisces, is the Two of Swords. Let's have a look at what the Two of Swords is saying to us. Let's have a look at why you'll experience the Two of Swords. Well, because of loss, Five of Cups. So I think that you guys are going to be blocking this person out because I think that you're going to decide to give up on this friendship. Five of Cups often shows up where we're giving up on a friendship. It's the ending of a friendship. You can see the Three of Cups is downturned here. So I feel that this is you guys. What you experience is the Two of Swords. Either, if you're pushing forward because you've still got some hope for the relationship, it might be what you experience is that this person blocks you out, Two of Swords, because they see no point with the Five of Cups. It could be, though, that you're still pushing forward because you've got hope with the Star, even though things are a little bit out of reach. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're still pushing towards somebody who really isn't that interested. All right, and what you'll experience is, for some of you guys, the need to give up with the Two of Swords. To focus maybe on what your logic's saying, because with the Five of Cups, this person's not being particularly reciprocal towards you. Your hopes will be the Wheel of Fortune. Let's have a look what comes up with the Wheel of Fortune. Why your hopes are the Wheel of Fortune. Because of the Eight of Cups. So some of you guys will hope that things, you know, there's going to be a big change for the better with the Wheel of Fortune because you'll have chosen to walk away and leave the situation behind with the Eight of Cups. And the outcome shows is Temperance, and let's have a look at why we've got the Temperance card showing as the outcome for you guys. Oh yeah, you've got Temperance, which is lovely. So I feel that you'll start just making some adjustments. You'll start just kind of understanding, going with the flow of your life here. Okay, just start, because you've been with the Magician. The Magician means to start over again. New ideas, new intentions that you're putting out there. So healing's going to start to occur because you're going to start putting new ideas out there as well, I feel, with this Magician energy showing up here, okay? So I feel, just looking at this reading, let's go through it again for Pisces for the month of July 2017. I feel that there might be a relationship here with the Six of Cups. It could be with a fool, somebody who's not particularly committed, somebody who really can't be bothered. It could be there's some form of a relationship here, might be new. The root issue of this relationship is there's conflict, though. It could be because somebody's window shopping. So if it's, especially if it's somebody who's non-committal, I feel that this person, there's conflict with them, possibly because they're always looking out for something better with that Seven of Cups, potentially. Okay? Could also be that there's conflicts here, maybe because you felt that this person was perfection. However, you have to make a judgment, maybe because with the Three of Cups, third-party situation maybe, or maybe they're just messing around with other people. Your challenge is possibly a message from this individual. Could be because they said definitely let's go out, but they didn't follow it through. In which the focus for the month will be for you guys with this Hanged Man. Focus for the month, I feel, is this person, the Hanged Man. Somebody who's not doing anything because the Four of Swords, they're kind of not that interested. Four of Swords often means somebody who's just taking the pause or somebody who's quite passive. Might be that mentally this person's just quite passive. They're kind of wishy-washy. They're not particularly that interested, I feel. For some of you guys, it will be that you'll have to make a big decision. Your frowning thoughts will be, well, I'm going to need to make a big decision. It could be for your own emotional well-being. But it could be, I need to make a big decision on a King of Cups, on this person. It might be a fellow water sign individual. The immediate future, well, the second 2 weeks going into the ending of July, I feel you guys will be kind of really quite burdened. Could be that you're burdened here because you're still trying to push forward despite the situation being out of reach. It could be that you are it could be that you're hiding as well. You're concealing something. Maybe you're watching someone here because of the star. Does this person have somebody else? And are you watching their every move, maybe on social media? This is the card about concealing oneself as well. Could be some of you guys are pushing forward because, as I've said, you're hopeful of something here. But what you'll experience coming in, if you're pushing forward because you're still hopeful, I think that this person will still block you out because they recognise that the relationship has no value with that Five of Cups. I also feel that if you're kind of hiding yourself, maybe you're watching someone here, Pisces, seeing what they're up to if there's another person here. I feel that you'll be, with this Two of Swords, it might be that you're a little bit upset, the Two of Swords here, because of the Five of Cups. Maybe you find something out. Or it could be that simply, you know, with this Ten of Wands, you're still trying because you're hopeful, but then it might be what you experience is with the Two of Swords. Well, actually, I think I'll drop the 10 Wands. I'm going to give up on this situation. I'm going to focus on me because maybe there's no point to the relationship anymore. Maybe this relationship is just not working out. Your hopes will be the Wheel of Fortune. Some big and effective lucky changes because you happen to walk away with the Eight of Cups, and the outcome shows, well, I feel for the month of July, you're simply just going to go with the flow of life, because you're going to set some new intentions with that Magician energy, okay? So I feel that there's someone or something here that, you know, you're pushing for. You might have been pushing for quite a while, Pisces, but in the end, I think you might say to yourself, you know what, actually, I don't see any point in this. This person's not reciprocating me. I think for some of you guys, you might be experiencing somebody who's not reciprocative, and if that's a word, and I think it might be time just to say, you know, goodbye to that. Let's get your advice card from the angels for the month. Universe, Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Pisces? What is the advice? Oh, that's it. Oh, just flipped out. I have to take it. It's up to you. I think it's just saying it's up to you what you do. All right? It's completely up to you. Just know that the universe is with you. Because when you get the it's up to you card, it really is trying to say, you know, either way, it's your call. It's not saying it's right. It's not saying it's wrong. I think it's just trying to give you advice and say, you know, if there's somebody here who's doing something that you don't like, it's completely up to you what you do. The universe isn't going to say, let go or do whatever. It's just saying you have to learn the lessons your own way. And you have to make decisions that probably best suit you and serve yourself in the month of July. That is your reading for the month of July, my darlings. I will see you on your Storyteller Triple Cross, which I have devised for you. And yeah, speak to you guys soon. Take care.